Today we say goodbye to the ocean, but hello to more redwoods. Yeah. And traveling inland. Let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. I'm Maureen.
I'm Gary.
And he is
on a narrow bridge.
Very narrow bridge. Last night we stayed at Bear River Casino. Very nice. It is totally free, but you do have to go inside the casino to register. And they give you a $10 player's card that is free too, but we never used it, but we have it. So anyway, it was very nice. The employees were very nice, very helpful, knowledgeable of the area, and several suggested that we go to Ferndale. Another one told us that there's a lot more redwoods coming up, so we're excited about that because we didn't get to walk among them yesterday, and that's what we wanted to do. So we were told that we'll be able to do that today. And then later on we'll be heading into Redwood Valley is the goal for tonight, and then we'll be heading inward east towards Sacramento. Here we go. Avenue of the Giants. This is a road that runs parallel with 101, and it is over 51,000 acres of redwood groves. It is by far the most outstanding display of these giant trees in the entire 500-mile redwood belt. So we're gonna drive along here. We'll see if we can find places to park and
Find some big trees somewhere.
Yeah, see if we can find some big trees. I just want to hug a redwood. This is the Immortal Tree. Ancient redwood, aged 950 to 1,000 years. Original height 298 feet, current height 248. That means it lost 50 feet at the top at some point. Surviving lightning, which removed its top, loggers, axe, and forest fire in 908, flood of 1964. 14.5 feet top diameter. Oh, and the top diameter is 3 feet. Total volume board footage. 104,380, enough to build several homes. Oh, crazy. Wow. It is a sunny day out. I don't think this ever sees the sun. There are trees in here called by Dyersville. It's called a Dyersville Giant. I don't know if we're gonna see that one or not. It looks like it's off the beaten path a little bit. But that one is a 375-foot tall fallen tree that has been preserved here. And there's another tree that's a 2,500-year-old tree. There's one that's over 375 feet tall. Again, that one's off a beaten path. It's called the giant tree. Good name for it. It is just mind-blowing how God created these things. And it's just, I just can't believe it. It's just so magnificent. And the longevity of these trees. 2,500 years? There was a road that evidently took you by that big fallen tree, Dyersville tree, but we couldn't get into it because there was only a 12-foot clearance. So, once again, how many times have we said that on this trip? We wanted something smaller, shorter. Yeah, okay. There's quite a few turnouts along the way here too, but
if they're not blacktop, not even.
yeah,
considering.
some of them are pretty muddy and very short. Good for a car or a small RV. Here's something. Could that be a bear? Oh, would it record was a bear? I want to see a bear. That black thing right in the middle there on the beach. He's not moving. Is he moving? Nah, not a bear. They do seem like they're getting bigger, don't they? This is the heart. Maybe that's why. From this point on, for a while now, this is called the heart of the Avenue Giants. So this might be where some of the older trees are. Can you imagine when one of these falls? Oh my gosh, the vibration must... Oh, look at the size of that one. Wow.
actually is shiny.
Yeah, you get these little breaks where they don't have very many trees, and you're reminded, and you can just see, oh yeah, it is daytime. So when you're going through something like this, it's not a speedway. This is not something that you want to rush through by any means. It's not something that you want to, I mean, you want to really watch this and look and see and experience it. And the people that fly through here, maybe they work here, I don't know, but because it is a state park. But gosh, take time to just take all this in. Otherwise, you're really missing the point. A lot of campgrounds in here, right in the woods here. So if you want to do any camping in the Redwoods, they have them. It's kind of hard to believe, but this creek that's down below here is quite a ways down. And there was a flood here in 1964 that came way up the hill here and way up by these trees, and I'm assuming it was from this little shallow thing.
Back in the heart of Big Tree.
Oh, there we go. Another big one. All the turnouts are either too muddy or they're too small, or they're not anywhere near the trees. Hey, maybe we lucked out here. That is a massive tree there. Can we pull in there? Yikes. Go stand by that one. Awesome! Well, that was great. At least we finally got to pull over enough to be able to get in among them. But we're telling you, if you really want to see redwoods up close and personal, just walk on some trails through them and everything, without having to be a camper at one of the campsites or something like that. The way in the northern tip of California,
199.
199?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's called Jedediah Smith State Park, and that is where you walk among everything, and it didn't cost us anything to be there. There were no signs or anything at that time. That was a couple of years ago, but that was really a neat place to go. We have to keep pulling over to let cars go by. Oh gosh. Stop and smell the roses, or the trees in this case. All along through this stretch, there's been little towns here and there, There was a high school in called South Fork. There were post offices and gift shops and little restaurants and things like that. So there's a lot of little breaks. If you don't want to be just driving straight through, you can take a few breaks here and there and just spend as much time as you want. The living chimney tree. Circumference 50, almost 50.5 feet. Wow. Center burnt out in 1914. Room diameter is 12'6", 78 feet tall.
Light in here.
Yeah. I'm thinking this could be about the size of our house. Oh. It's got a nice little window. This is back on 101 South. And it's still very scenic. So just south of Benbow, and it comes up really fast, and there was no place for us to pull over. On the right-hand side, there was a Bigfoot gift shop. And it had all kinds of stuff. Had a Bigfoot statue out in front, and anyway, that was kind of cool. Maybe another time. But if you're ever on this route, look out for it. It's just south of Benbow. Couldn't resist this stop. This is the grandfather tree. Oh. 1,800 years old. Height is 265 feet, 24 feet in diameter.
Okay, you go first.
I told Gary to go first because, after all, he is a grandfather. So here we go. Your kitchen, bedroom.
It's a hobbit house.
Dining and lodge area.
It's just about the right size.
A little dark. I could use some windows. Here's when they were moving it to the 101 location.
8 months of carving.
Yeah, 8 months to hollow it out. And that's the house. That's the roof. This says Famous One Log House. There's no windows in it, so it's just a big redwood log that fell, and somebody decided to make it into a house. Still on 101, of course, and coming up to an area here that looked like that it was all burned. Up on top there. It's all dark. Sad. There was a spot where there was a guardrail, and I looked over the guardrail, and it was straight down into a very deep valley. I was like, yeah!